And you're watching World Insight with me, Tian Wei. Still to come on our program, we look at Japanese culture and architecture that prove modern China and Japan have much more in common than at odds with one another with my recent trip to Japan. Welcome back. You're still watching World Insight with me, Tian Wei. After 7 years, China-Japan diplomatic ties are warming up again, as we mentioned in our previous discussion. That, to many, is significant, not only for geopolitics, but also for the long cultural ties connecting the two countries. At a time of rapid economic development, China has been asking questions like, what is the value of the country's traditional culture? How would it be a source of inspiration while the country faces a whole new set of challenges and opportunities? Recently, on a trip to Japan, I spoke to those who have not only been thinking about these questions as individuals, but also have successful Japanese case studies to share. Take a look. For a modern city such as the one that I'm standing in, Osaka, Japan, it has been a constant battle how to preserve the best of the past and let them serve the better lives of the people today. There are some inspiring case studies, and we are here to find out about them, and you are invited to join me on this journey. Osaka is a city with over 1,500 years of history and tradition, yet we are now only to scratch the surface. Shiennoji is a Buddhist temple in Osaka. It's regarded as the first Buddhist and oldest officially administered temple in Japan, although the temple buildings have been rebuilt many times over the centuries. Mr. Tomomi Abe runs the world's oldest construction company, Kango Gumi. The once family-owned firm has operated for over 1,400 years. It participated in the construction of many famous buildings, including Osaka Castle and Shiennoji Temple.
In 578, Prince Shotoku Taishi built Shiennoji Temple to bring Buddhism to Japan. At that time, one of the carpenters brought from Picche was named Shigemitsu Kongo, the founder of Kongo Gumi. The carpenters were from Korea, but the shapes of the buildings came from China. We restored the buildings based on the documents and materials that we discovered from the underground sites. The rain runs from the Golden Hall down here, and this is the ditch. There is a Golden Hall over there. When it rains heavily, the rains used to come down all the way here, and we discovered this during the 1950s. We found the ancient roof tiles and rocks. As these are very valuable, we left part of the relics as they were and covered them with glass for display.
I know you have a lot of inspiration coming from ancient temples in China. You have even a catalog of photos and paintings coming from those old temples. How you've been studying it, and how much will that be of reference to you?
We study the Chinese architecture documents, as we can understand the thoughts through the structures of the buildings. For instance, the roof shapes or designs of the floors are from the 3rd or 4th century of China. I think it's amazing that this level of civilization existed in China at a time when Japan lacked it. Although the structures of the new temples in Japan are changing, Shiennoji Temple still preserves these structures coming from China. The shapes of these look similar, right? We are not just imitating the Chinese design, but also trying to understand the reasons behind the structure. The shapes of the roofs, or the pillars which are thinner for the upper part. There must be reasons for this. We need to understand them and not just imitate. If the pillar is just straight, it doesn't look strong for human eyes. We found that they make the pillars thinner for the upper part in order to make the pillars look strong.
What is it like to work in a 1,000-year company?
Our company has a history of 1,400 years, and I have worked here for less than 40 years, so I only have a little clout in the company. I just want to pass the baton that I received on to the next generation.
1400 years history also means a lot of pressure for every generation, including yours, to learn everything that was there so that you can pass it down to the next generation.
I do have pressure, but I'm trying to go with the flow. People say we are the world's oldest company, but I haven't thought much about it.
Not too much. Too much pressure. So what's your next project?
次のプロジェクトは2022年が聖徳太子が亡くなって
2022 marks the 140th anniversary of the death of Prince Shotoku. So we are working on reparations of various temple buildings in Shiennoji.
一番大きなのが陽明天皇聖徳太子のお父様の
Our biggest project is to create a new hall for Yomei Emperor, father of Prince Shotoku. Building something new is very rare for Shiennoji.
Why is it important that there is a company like yours which has been there for 1400 years, as you say? And why is it important that you and your colleagues have been making your lifelong efforts to work on these temples, which are already existing for hundreds of years?
金剛組という会社はやはりその1400年も続いているのはやはり
Kongo Gumi existed for 1,400 years because the Shiennoji Temple has various buildings, and we continued to repair them. Even when the buildings were burnt down, we rebuilt the same things on the same spots. For this spot that we are standing on now, when I imagine Prince Shotoku could have walked here 1,400 years ago, I get emotional every time.
いつも気持ちがすごく
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you've been doing together with your colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ありがとう
History is not only inherited in cultural relics, but also in people's lives. Bidding farewell to Mr. Abe and Shiennoji Temple, let me take you to a place which is nicknamed Osaka's Kitchen. The Kurama Market, already 200 years old, is still one of the most popular shopping streets in downtown Osaka. There are 170 shops in the market, mainly run by family. Yamamoto-san is one of them. Now in his 70s, he was born and raised on this street, and now not only running his family shop, but also representing shop owners to promote the ancient fresh produce market. I know this is your street. I mean, you were born here in the street and now still running a shop here. But then the question really is, how would you compete, against the supermarket, against the online shops these days?
We are trying our best to promote our market with attractive food and to welcome people from various countries. Indeed, times are tough for the shopping street, but we need to work hard to attract more foreign tourists, especially Chinese visitors.
I heard a lot of them are coming over here. 50% of those that are here are actually coming originally from China or Asia. So do you have to prepare especially for them?
What we did to attract foreign customers here was to prepare price tags, pamphlets or maps in a foreign language, mainly in Chinese in addition to Japanese, and we deliver them to the neighboring hotels. Many shops also accept payments in UnionPay and Alipay now.
As Yamamoto-san said, the street now is a favorite destination for Chinese tourists from all over the world. To satisfy their customers, shop owners here learn the Chinese language, eager to greet Chinese customers, but more importantly, earn their credibility through the freshest produce and the best service. The Kurama Market, where we are in right now, has a history of 200 years. Even today, it boasts 170 different kinds of shops, mainly serving food, and of course, in the Japanese delicacy. For example, this shop, whose owner I just got to know. Hello, sir. Good to see you once again. Hello. You got a lot of wonderful fish over there. Oh my God, yes, exactly. Wow, so this is one of the best delicacies coming from Japan. Can we try? Okay, we try together. Okay, all right then, all right then. Well, obviously you have a very busy day, so many customers. Okay, 好吃, yes. He's speaking 好吃. In Chinese it means delicious. Yes. Yeah. The beef is chewy and fresh. Wonderful. Yeah. Sporadic Chinese language coming out of this gentleman. Best lunch. Thank you very much. Good stuff you got over here. And I hope good business for you as well. Nice meeting you. All right. We got more shops to visit. Come on, guys. So many shops. It takes me hours to go through every alley in this market. There's so many of them, 170, including some with a long history, such as this one, 100 years already. And I know the owner of this, the great-grandson of the original owner. Fuka, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you once again. So this is your shop, more than 100 years old.
Exactly.
Wow, must be proud.
Yes, we have long history.
And you have a lot of fresh produce here as well. Which one would you like to recommend to us?
We recommend it for the prawns. So we call it the tiger prawns.
Look at that. Yes. All right.
Well, let me see you. Oh, my grandmother.
Oh.
She's 95 years old.
Grandma, how are you? Nice to meet you.
She's born 1923.
Oh my God, reminds me of my grandma. Good to see you. Your grandson is great. So 100 years already the shop.
Exactly.
What's your hope?
Yeah, we're going to be a more big company for the global.
Really?
Yeah, we
wow.
want to go to Beijing, exactly.
Really? Wow, good luck. A visit to a fresh produce market tells much more than just the food, but the real fabrics that have long existed between China and Japan, while business and trade continues to be the strongest bond for all.